Oh, yeah. Lord of mercy. What a morning. Levi.
Yeah, boss.
You know why I come here to get these chickens?
No, boss.
Because my brother makes the best fried chicken in the world.
Is that right?
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, sir. How you?
How y'all doing? Good morning.
Good, good, good. What you got for me?
Well, we got these real cute bar rock chickens here.
Yeah, I see it.
Got them nice long-legged Rhode Island red chickens.
Rhode Island Red.
Yeah, them
Oh, I
nice.
like them. I want a Rhode Island Red for me. All right,
Yeah,
two
Rhode
of them.
Island red too.
Yeah, yeah.
Now y'all ain't planning on fucking these chickens, are you?
What the fuck are you getting at? Do you fuck chickens?
Well, I have thought about fucking some chickens before. If you want to have a good time and you need some pussy, you can cut that chicken's head off, stick your dick in that ass of that chicken, and that damn chicken will go crazy on your ass and go,
Are you saying that I would cut off a chicken's head, put my dick in it, fuck it, and go, ah? You accusing me of fucking a chicken, motherfucker?
No, I ain't calling you chicken fucker, but that boy over there looks sexually frustrated, and I don't approve of chicken fuck.
You call me boss? I ain't no fucking chicken. Everybody just stop yakking and grab the fucking chickens, Cleavon.
I'll get the chicken.
Yeah, fuck.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
He's a chicken. That's all right. Put it back there. Next time we go someplace else.
We ain't never buy chicken from him again, boss.
Yeah, I know.
You inbred? Inbred?
Y'all probably like, what is the fuck? Hey, what up, JD? What up, Toby Bartlett? Plant-based boxing. That I've seen. It must have been. It's probably been 15 years since I seen that scene. All right, and I've probably seen it 1,000 times, and that shit never gets old. That scene. You ain't planning on fucking them chickens, are you? What you mean? You could chop its head off, stick your dick in it until it goes, oh! One of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. Oh, man. Yeah, what up, Patrick? We get into the boxing talk. I just, I thought that. Toby, that's from the Devil's Rejects. If you're into horror at all, when I was younger, I was like really into horror. Now, not so much. I still watch horror movies. I'm not gonna act like I don't watch them, but I might watch like 2 or 3 a year. Where when I was younger, it was like I was always looking for the next horror movie. So I guess I was like, just going through a phase back then. But the Devil's Rejects, is one that I really do like. Um, for those of you who, I mean, you all probably all do know this, but in case you don't know, that's the sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses. Some years back, I bought like a DVD. That's how you know it was years back. I was buying DVDs, but I bought like a DVD set that came with both of them, and it had like special commentary and stuff. It's very interesting. I think it even had like a documentary about the making of the two movies. Since then, they actually came out with a third one, which I've never seen. I'm assuming that it was not that great because nobody really talked about it. So, but yeah, if you're curious where I got that little clip from, that's the Devil's Rejects. Oh, they're too predictable to you, JD Boxing. Devil's Rejects was hard to predict. there were certain things that I was able to predict in that movie, but it wasn't. I promise I'm gonna get to the boxing talk. But there was certain things that I just could not predict. Like I really thought, okay, this is how this is gonna go, and it didn't go that way. So you might be a little bit surprised with the Devil's Rejects. I think House of a Thousand Corpses was a bit more predictable. But I like them both, and like I said, I I think the third one is like called Three from Hell or something like that. It came out like 2 years ago, and I just never got around to watching it. I want to, but a part of me doesn't want to because it's probably not. Like I said, I don't. I have a feeling that it's not that great. The first two are good though. So, anyways, yeah, it's just one of the funniest clips I've ever seen in a movie. Servants of Twilight, Boxing Librarian recommended it. He was a horror movie. Oh, I didn't know that. I've been friends with him for a while. I never knew he was into horror movies, but uh oh yeah, JD Boxing. These two movies, they were like I said, I can't speak for the third one, but the first two was made before like everybody was just trying to do jump scares. So they are pretty morbid. Like, but they have Devil's Rejects has some great quotes in it. Like, oh man, it's such a quotable movie. Like that the whole chicken one that there's so much more to that movie. But that's one of the funnier ones. But there's some pretty bone chilling performances in that movie, and some of the speeches that are given are like, oh man, there's another funny one. I might play it in a future stream. But there's another hilarious one. I'm not gonna give it away, but there's one that just comes to mind, and I just thought it was one of the funniest things when I first heard it. Um, but anyways, let me go ahead and get to this Mikey Garcia talk. Hey, what up, Rascalot? Oh, and for those of y'all who don't know, Rascalot, he just did a review of the newest Halloween. Go and check that out. Um, hold on. Oh, I didn't know that. I gotta go and check out his last live then, because I didn't know he did that. I know he's into Star Wars. He doesn't talk about Star Wars a whole lot, but I know he's into Star Wars because he's mentioned it. He every once in a while, Boxing Librarian I know will open up a little bit about his personality, um, and speak on like other interests that he's into. So over the years, I've gotten to learn a little bit more about his personality outside of boxing, and very interesting person, very knowledgeable. No problem, Rascalot. And in case y'all don't know, Rascalot does boxing content. But he did every once in a while he'll throw a review in there. I know he did one of did he do one of Mortal Kombat? Yeah, he did. He did one of Mortal Kombat. Then he even like took it a step further and did one of the Scorpion animated movie. Um, so he does like reviews of movies and stuff when he's up to it, when there's something that interests him. So definitely check out some of Rascalot stuff. What up, Boxing Lounge? Boxing Lounge still uploading videos of Fight Night. Like I said, if that interests you, please go check that out because he puts a lot of work into those. The video itself, not so much, but it's still a lot of work because he has to create these boxers because pretty much every boxer that's in that game is retired. So, like, to have a current fight, he has to try to do the statistics the best that he can, and then do the actual player models, the faces specifically is what takes a long time. So definitely go and check that out if it interests you. What up, Bruce Goes? My bad. I meant to say what up to you earlier. Um, oh yeah, but to answer plant-based boxing question. No, I've never seen Servants of Twilight, but I might have to give that a watch. Um, but anyway, I think I'm gonna talk about this Mikey Garcia thing real quick. It shouldn't take too long. Then we can get back to some of the yeah, I'm working. I'm working plant based. But we can get to a little bit of movie talk later. But let me just talk about this. Some of y'all hating on my boy Mikey, you know, la raza. Nah, that was completely clickbait. Nah, Mikey Garcia, man, he got whooped. You know, it's just there's a lot. I guess there's some people trying to take damn Martin, that's his name. I guess there's some people for a second there I had a brain fart. I guess there's people trying to take some credit away from Martin. Um, and you know, that's that's kind of messed up. Now, I give people a pass on that kind of behavior though, because there was a time where I would do something like that, but now as I've matured in this community, because a lot of stuff is just fueled by the community. Like you have to learn, you kind of have to learn how to separate yourself from the community in a sense. Like it's in the community, you get involved with the community, but you have to kind of learn to not let the community influence you, your outlook on the sport. Because, and I'm not even talking about like feet, eating the narratives. I'm talking about these fans that will get you so irritated that you end up disliking the boxer. Um, like on a personal level, but that boxer didn't do anything to you. It's their fans. Um, so yeah, I try my best not to let that happen. Not gonna lie, it happens. So uh, yeah, he didn't do his research on Martin. Yeah, he took him lightly, and the reality is this. All right, he agrees to fight a particular guy on a particular night. That guy agrees to fight him on that night as well. They have to do their best to prepare themselves for each other. They have to make sure that, they're not putting anything into their bodies that shouldn't be there. They have to do their research. They have to know the game plan. They have to find out. They have to find the keys to victory to beating this guy. Um, and it doesn't seem that Mikey did that. That's not Martin's fault. You know, he fought him, he beat him, and we'll see what happens next. Will there be a rematch? There's a good chance. Mikey's probably gonna want to avenge the loss. It's not like when he lost to Spence, he didn't want to avenge that one because Spence was a bigger guy and everything. This was a guy that he was expected to beat. This was considered a cherry pick. And shout out to my boy Actual Facts, because my understanding is that in the prediction league, he's the only one who picked Martin to win. So that tells you, and I know there's like at least 50 people in the prediction league. There's probably a lot more than that. And there's actually some people that are involved in the industry. If I'm not mistaken, there's like some trainers who are involved in the like trainers who train boxers that you know of, you know. So that tells you something. This guy was not expected to win. Like if you placed a bet on him, you probably made a lot of money, a whole lot of money, even if you didn't put that much down on him. So um, it was definitely an upset. It was, Mikey needs to remember that old saying, you can't play boxing. So hold on, let me take a look at some of these comments real quick. Hold on, let me clean my glasses a little bit. I didn't realize how dirty they are. All right, let's take a look here at some of these comments. I did say to a few people, Martin ain't a pushover, and if Mikey had an off night, he could be in trouble. But I expected Mikey to win, though. Yeah, so I mean, and you know, so you're a bit more familiar with Martin, and here's the thing, all right, here in the States, you see how our fans are, right? Here in the States, it's pretty much what the media is like, to a less toxic extent because they don't cover these other boxers. So like I'm gonna be honest with you, I was very ignorant to who Martin was, but see that's where it comes down to the individual. Like, especially if you want to say that you're a hardcore, then you have to go beyond what the local media is going to tell you. You have to dig deep to find out about these other guys from around the world. If you're not willing to do that, then you're not a hardcore. All right. And I never tell people I'm a hardcore fan. I am somebody who is willing to learn. When I have the time, I will try to learn about guys from other countries. But it's a big world out there. It's a big sport. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I was completely ignorant to who Martin was. Congratulations to the guy. He beat that boy. Mikey didn't watch any footage. Martin has some pretty decent speed. He was beating Mikey to the punch and was out of the way. Okay. Good stuff, Rasclot. Mikey is the 147 Andrew Ruiz with that gut. Yeah. I don't know. Well, kind of have a good feeling why he moved up. Sandor's going to become a star in Spain. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I did see. Hey, what up? There's my boy, Actual Facts, the one that actually made the right prediction in the prediction league. Good morning. God bless you. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family's well. Is that Thomas the Tank? No, actually this is Captain Spaulding from the Devil's Rejects at the very beginning. You might have been there at the very beginning, Tommy, but the very beginning I actually played a audio clip from the Devil's Rejects. It had nothing to do with the boxing talk, but it was pretty funny. But no, that's not Thomas the Tank. That is Captain Spaulding from the Devil's Rejects. I think I'm gonna be using like every live that I do this month for the rest of the month. I'll probably like have a different Halloween-ish type avatar. But that's who it is, Captain Spaulding from the Devil's Rejects. Yeah, the eyes are crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know who Martin was either, but I checked it. Yeah, and that's the other thing. You gotta check them out. I'm not in the prediction league or anything like that, so I didn't do my due diligence. I still have some stuff going on in my life, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking it a day at a time. When I can go live, I do. When I think I need to focus on other things, I do. So, but yeah, um, yeah, actual facts, man. Shout out to you. You, you were if you said you were the only one who picked Martin in the league, right? I'm not tripping when I say that, right? Let's see, Mikey the Clown. It's funny how some people believe that. Well, no, it's ducking that fool. Yeah, I think I think he was ducking Loma. Um, You know, that Spence fight didn't make no sense. You know, he was saying that he's seen things in Spence and in Thurman, and obviously he didn't fight Thurman, but he did fight Spence, and he fought very timidly. So whatever he saw, it must have been different once he had the guy standing in front of him. And a lot of us said, you know, he's just he's taking a glorified loss. Like before he lost, we knew he was going to. We just knew that his skill wasn't going to be able to be enough to compensate for the size difference. Let's see. So Actual actually had it by he had it by KO. So which it was a split decision, but still you picked the right winner. Yeah. Red, did you see Elon Musk versus Walmart Gamble last night? Dude had it. No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. I'm gonna have to look into that. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're getting old, man. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Uh, um, Sometimes I feel like I'm getting old, but I try to keep a mindset. And you know what? You don't have to be like one of these weirdos. Like you don't have to start wearing the drip. You don't have to start making TikTok videos. But I think, you know, you get to an age where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna carry myself a certain way. Yeah, I may be getting older, but I'm getting wiser, and I need to be. It, there's I should be the most confident that I've ever been because of the knowledge that I've acquired. I don't have to be like, oh, I'm getting old. I guess I could just, you know, start acting like I have Alzheimer's now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to bash anybody who has Alzheimer's. It's an unfortunate thing that happens to a lot of people as they get older, but don't wear that jacket unless it really fits you, you know. So if you're getting older, I mean, we're all getting older, you know. Every day you live is another day that you live closer to your death, but that doesn't mean you have to automatically accept defeat. You could definitely live your day-to-day life walking in victory, not to sound preachy or churchy or anything like that, but you can. And knowing that, you know, you're a lot more knowledgeable than these young bucks, but you don't have to do the weird shit where you know, you start making TikTok videos. If you're into TikTok, that's fine. You know, that if that's your thing, that's fine. But there was a time where apparently, because um people's weird tendencies are kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. So I've seen YouTube videos where they talk about like these people who are older who are trying, you know, they're jumping on TikTok doing Fortnite dances and stuff, and it's like, all right, if you go on TikTok and you're in your 40s, that there's nothing wrong with that. All right. As much as I don't like the TikTok, I have to be honest. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're going on there because you legitimately enjoy it, you enjoy the type of content that you're making, and you're actually getting an audience that appreciates what you do, that's a beautiful thing. All right. But like if you're just, you know, oh, there's a crate challenge. All right. My 53-year-old ass is gonna start doing the crate challenges. Then you break your hip, then you gotta go to the hospital. Then they're telling you, oh, you know what? You're gonna need to wear this little thing around your neck because anytime you fall and you can't get up, you need to get assistance. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put yourself in a situation like that. So that's what I gotta say for anybody who may be getting up there in their years. You're not quite as young as you used to be. Yeah, there's a way to age gracefully. Just know the difference. See, actual, he gets it. He gets it. Some people, they just, they'll just go ahead and say, "Oh, this guy's a bum. He's gonna lose," and then what happens? You know. So everybody getting old if you're lucky. That's right. What up, that guy? Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah. See, and that's why, like, when these guys they put so much effort into the ring walk. There's nothing wrong with putting effort into the ring walk. I get it. You want to do something special for the fans and all that, but you make sure you're putting that much more effort into your actual performance, into your training, into sharp, working on certain things that may be a hindrance to you come fight night. You know, that's what true dedication to the sport is. Oh yeah, definitely. Like if y'all don't know, I I would be surprised if you don't know this, but just in case, if you don't know, Rasclot has a channel. He's been on here longer than I have. So, but if you didn't know, now you know. Go check out Rasclot. Rasclot to me, he's hilarious, man. Like when he when he truly goes off, he is one of the funniest people in the YTVC. All right. And recently I told him in in chat, because I was like, Mark is like the James Tony of the YTVC. And I'm not talking about his mind or anything. There's just certain things he says and certain attitudes and in a certain aura that he has. Same thing with Rasclot. And I told him he's like the Mike Tyson of the YTVC. Because Rasclot is the only one who could call a boxer that I like a bum, and I'll still find that shit funny. Just because the way he says it, the and his and probably everything he says leading up to that statement, just like Mike Tyson can say some really suspect shit, some really, homoerotic suspect shit to another man, and it still sound tough. So yeah, check out Rasclot if you've never done so. What up, Lebanon Hebrew? How you doing? Salute. Hope you're doing well. Hope your loved ones are doing well. Much respect to you, your brother, and everybody that y'all hold dear to yourselves. As you cracking up about the TikTok. Yeah, I will be 40 soon. Tommy, you ain't lying. I'm not even gonna. I mean, it'll be some years still, but it ain't that far off. Hold on, I'm just trying to catch up on some of these. Just trying to catch up on some of these comments. JD, that's for sure. At least Suckback will be living. Oh man, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It would not surprise me if Garcia decides to retire. He had been talking about it. He had talked about it before. I guess he wanted to be a cop. So, I mean, Mikey, if you hear this, if this is not like your life's passion anymore, it may have been in the past, and it's maybe this is just a chapter that is coming to an end, a chapter in your life. There's nothing wrong with, going and retiring. There's been a lot of men who, and I'm pretty sure women. I'm not that familiar with women's boxing history, but I do know that there's been several men who have overstayed their welcome in the sport, and they're either homeless or they're crazy, or they might be working a job that, they may have been on top of the world at one point and now they're just on rock bottom, working like a job making minimum wage. All the fortune that they made during their career is gone. Don't let yourself get to that point. If you've lost the passion, if the police thing is what you want to do, or you want to get into art, or there's just something else that you want to do, or maybe you do love boxing, but maybe you feel like the ring is not the place for you any longer. um I mean, look at your brother. He was a boxer. Now he's a trainer. You know this because he's your trainer. So if that is the case, do what is going to be more fulfilling for you. And chances are, if you do that now as opposed to later, you'll have more of your faculties where you can do it. The longevity will be much, much better. You'll be able to enjoy it at a much more fulfilling capacity. So let me take a look at some more of these. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that, apparently that's something that he wants to do. Then do it. Like, what does Al Heyman have you by the balls? Which he hasn't even been fighting for Al Heyman. I think his last two fights were on the zone, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not, there's or not his last two fights, but he's had a couple fights on the zone. So yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, all right. It was a very exciting prospect when there was talks about him fighting Prograis, just to find out that he's gonna be fighting this guy instead. And a lot of us thought it was a cherry pick. Apparently, we was wrong, and that's our bad because if we're gonna call ourselves hardcores, like I said, you have to be willing to do your homework. It sounds good when you say you're a hardcore, but it looks bad when then somebody goes to your channel and you only talk about three boxers and you're getting all these predictions wrong. Which, like I said, I've said this before, don't fall in love with your prediction record, but at the same time, you should do your homework. Um, and if you're not going to, you got to be upfront with your audience. Be like, look, I'm kind of a casual. I'm not going to look into who this guy is. This is what I think is going to happen. And may the best man win. You know what I'm saying? People respect you more if you do that. Oh, really? He lost all three of his big fights by stoppage. Ugh. Yeah, but I mean, he's old, and now he's like more than likely he's a Hall of Famer um, trainer. He's had so much success. You gotta know when to call it quits. And it might be that time for Mikey. I don't know. What other boxing Jedi? I mean, if this is what Mikey truly wants to do, then by all means, don't go and become a police officer and then be unhappy with your life. Um, but don't let it be the other way around. Don't keep boxing. You're not happy with what's going on. If it's a pride thing, learn how to swallow your pride. It's like that old uh Pulp Fiction, scene where um Marcellus Wallace is talking to Bruce Willis's character, talking to him about pride. I'm trying to remember the quote. A lot of y'all seen Pulp Fiction. Um, Hold on, let me look it up because it's been a little while. I thought I knew the quote when I brought it up, and then I started thinking about it. Hold on, because I really want to say it on stream. I really want to say it on stream. While I'm pulling that up, fun fact: some years ago, my dad needed a wallet. It was around his birthday, and I bought him an actual motherfucker wallet. He doesn't use it anymore. He still has it. But I think he keeps it like in a drawer because he was getting weird looks when he put it out. But he used it for a little. He used it for at least a year. I know that. Okay, so it says, "Fuck pride. Pride only hurts. It never helps. You fighting through that shit. Because a year from now, like you're kicking in the Caribbean." All right, maybe I don't need to go that far into the quote, but okay, let me read this. All right. I think you're gonna find when all this shit is over, I think you're gonna find yourself one smiling motherfucker. The thing is, Butch, right now, you got ability. But painful as it may be, ability don't last. Um, Anybody who hasn't seen this movie, Bruce Willis is actually a boxer in the movie. I'm sure y'all seen it though. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it. Um, and your days are just about over. Now that's a hard motherfucking fact of life. But that's a fact of life your ass is gonna have to get realistic about. See, this business is filled to the brim with unrealistic motherfuckers. Ain't that the truth, Marcellus Wallace? This business is full of unrealistic motherfuckers for sure. Motherfuckers who thought their ass would age like wine. If you mean it turn, if you mean it turns to vinegar, it does. If you mean it gets better with age, it don't. Besides, Butch, how many fights do you think you got in you anyhow? Two? Boxers don't have old timers place. You came close, but you never made it. And if you were gonna make it, you would have made it before now. Where is the and it's gotta be here. I'm still glad I read so far because there was some shit there that actually applies to some shit in real life in our community. Hold on. Oh, here it is. I found it. Night of the fight, you might feel a slight sting. That's pride fucking with you. Fuck pride. Pride only hurts. It never helps. You fight through that shit. Because a year from now, you're going to be kicking in the Caribbean. You're going to say to yourself, Marcellus Wallace was right. So that's the quote. And in Mikey's particular case, you know, if this sport isn't fulfilled, I mean, it's to be expected that a lot of America, because let's be honest, a lot of American fans don't give a shit about boxers outside of America. It's to be expected that a lot of American fans are not going to do their homework and see, okay, Martin is a legitimate threat. You know, that's to be expected. A lot of them are just lazy and just going to say, oh, Mikey's going to watch this guy. And then when they place their bets, they make their predictions. Um, they end up making excuses. So, but Mikey, this is what you do for a living. If you took this guy lightly, you may want to reconsider why you do this. If it's not really and truly what you want to do, all right, don't let your pride keep you in the game to keep living an unfulfilling life. Find your life's passion. If that is becoming a police officer and making a difference and changing, making sure that things like the George Floyd incident don't happen again, making, being the change that most people want to see in law enforcement, then do that. If you want to, become a trainer, get into your brother's camp and learn from him. And then eventually you'll be, a head trainer of your own gym. Whatever that life's passion is, do that. because you shouldn't be taking any opponent lightly. You shouldn't just be a suit if you're fighting a guy that you never heard of and you're not doing your homework, then I don't think you should be boxing. All right. Like I said, when it comes to the American fans, a lot of them, it's to be expected. They just don't give a shit. And all they give a shit about is that their three favorite fighters are the top in their division, and that's it. Now I'm just keeping it real. All right, let me take a look at some of these comments because I've been rambling on for a good while. So I probably missed a lot. Hold on. Electro Jed, how you doing? My bad, I just seen you. Renzo Born Center. Oh, Renzo, I already addressed that was clickbait. I don't like it. Or you know what? I think I may have not really understood your comment. My bad. I think I read it in the wrong context the first time, but I think I understand now. Much respect. Hold on. Plant-based boxing. No, it was still a cherry pick. Just cherry pick gone wrong. Yeah, I mean it was. I mean essentially that's what it was. It was still, a cherry pick, but he did pick the wrong cherry. I didn't think Sandor was bad prior to the fight. I just thought Mikey may have a little bit more than what we saw last night. Yeah, hold on. Just a moment. Yeah, Spain does have some good boxers. Just a moment. I'm just trying to see if there's anything in the chat that I should address. Exactly. And you know what? I said that earlier. You can't play boxing. I said that, Renzo. And I'm half Mexican. That's why I don't like put any pride into any of these guys. I enjoy the sport for what it is. At least I try to. Sometimes in this community, it's kind of hard to do that. But for the most part, I do my best to just enjoy the sport for what it is. Um, if a Mexican is successful, it is. I'm proud of it, but I don't try to make that like my success. I'm not like, oh, he's successful, therefore that makes me successful. It's like, no, it's good to see somebody else who comes from my same background making it. All right, but I'm not gonna take it any further than that. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, Lebanon. And I'm sorry if I'm getting to you late because I was on a certain train of thought and I didn't want to lose it. What up, 1-2 kid? Brown gone one. Mikey's gonna raise his hands after he gives someone a ticket. That's funny. Uh, oh man. Mikey thought he was elite and could do what others that are gifted could do, but he found out he needs more glove activity. Yeah, just too inactive, and he's not the only one guilty of it. There's a lot of them. I'm kind of I'll keep it real. I'm a little bit worried about Crawford. I believe in his ability, but the the issue that I have with Crawford is that he is too inactive. So, and he ain't getting no younger. So, I am a little bit worried. However, I think he's gonna overcome adversity, and I think he's gonna beat Sean Porter. So, spoiler alert, that was my prediction. um, let's take a look. Wait, what happened? Yeah, we're talking boxing. I don't think I don't know, maybe I missed something. But from what I saw, I don't think Renzo is out of line on anything. I mean, I think I misread something. Like I read it right, but I took it in the wrong context. So but I might have missed something. If he said something out of line, let me know. Uh, yeah, he needs to cut that out. Like he's not young. Like he's what is he like 34 at this point? 33, 34. Like he's not young, you know, and maybe some of these heavyweights can fight into their 40s and in some cases their 50s. Luis Ortiz, I'm looking at you. But in the smaller divisions, it's only been proven that, you know, that's not really the case. I mean, there's some exceptions, but it's definitely not the rule. Who remembers when Mikey said Brandon Rios has the tools to stop Manny? And look how that played out. Yeah. Bam Bam Rios, wherever you're at, stay there. Don't get in the ring. Listen to Jedi. Hopefully he's listening to Jedi and staying out of that ring. America is about pimp culture. These folk just don't understand what it takes. Uh, don't understand that this is obvious sarcasm. Moment. Oh, okay. I thought from reading the chat, I thought something might have happened. See, this is why I tried to keep up with the chat because but I really wanted to like bring that point home with the Pulp Fiction quote. So I had to, you know, kind of not look at the chat for a moment. Crawford has the mentality, and Amur Tiger and Sean has actually been out longer than Crawford. I didn't even think about that. It's an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to it. Um, Unfortunately, and this is just life playing itself out. Unfortunately, I will not be able to watch the fight live. I had when I was first announced, I had every intention of watching it live. But that is gonna be during my vacation that I mentioned. It's either in the last live or it was in a live not that long ago. I mentioned that I was gonna be going to California for 2 weeks, and that is gonna be during that time. And I'm just not gonna be, you know, it's gonna be on pay-per-view. As far as I know. Um, so the only way I'll be able to watch it, and even then, I probably still won't. But the only chance I have of watching it is if it is going to be available on ESPN Plus. Um, Even if they like do something like what the Zone is like playing with the idea of, you know, charging like a pay-per-view premium for a specific card. Um, I would be okay with that, but it just depends. It depends on what I'm doing on that day when I'm in California, because they there's a good chance that even if Bob Arum himself called me up and said, "Hey, RGM, here's the pay-per-view for free on a silver platter," depending on what I'm doing on that day, I still wouldn't watch it, and that's just because, you know, it's not because I'm not interested in the fight. It's just that's life playing out. You know, I'm gonna be in a whole nother state, you know, doing stuff that I normally wouldn't be able to do. So, I will watch the fight, but there's an extremely strong possibility I won't be watching it live. So, I'm gonna be well. What up, Quags? But I will be in Modesto for the most part. Um, but there's a good chance that I will be in other places. Well, I will definitely be in other places. I know at one point I will be like more in the LA area. There's a good chance that I'll be in Sacramento at some point. There's a good chance that I'll be in the Santa Cruz area at some point. San Jose is pretty much a that's pretty much going to be a what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm having a brain fart again. San Jose is going to be a definite. Like I I'm 100% sure that I'm gonna be there in San Jose. So but Modesto is gonna be the main place I'll be. Rest in peace, Porter. 95% of boxers are finished by 35. Yeah, I mean, Unrivaled said that the title is fighting words. Not really. It's clickbait. That's what it is. Now, if clickbait is something to fight about, then your statement stays true. Time to form Voltron. Oh man. So I'm taking a look. This can't be real. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it at? I just saw. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Somebody, please, can you find out if this is the real? This can't be the real BFTV, man. This can't be the real guy who told me to go eat a dick. Saying that he likes what I'm doing over here. I just find that I find that funny. That can't be him though. And if it is him, then thank you, I guess. Uh if you make your way to Orange County, hit me up and I'll buy you a drink. Oh, all right. Yeah, if I'm in Orange County, I'll definitely let you know, Quags. I'm I'm I I know I've never shown my face, right? But that doesn't mean I'm not willing to meet cool people. I've already met Pete Scalebender, cool guy, one hell of a host, I'll tell you. You know, like he's a cool guy. There's other people say they want to meet me. It hasn't happened yet, but you know, God willing, it will. So if I find myself in Orange County, I'll let you know, Quags. Definitely. I mean, you don't even have to buy me a drink. If you do, I appreciate it. But if all we do is have a conversation, that's cool too. Let's see. My apologies for the clickbait. I do that every once in a while. All right, Urban Morales. Much respect to you. Man, Mikey looks soft as hell. Credit to Martin, though. He did what he had to do. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Lebanon is giving his prediction. He says that Crawford is gonna, if I understand that correctly, he's gonna knock him out in the late round, like around the ninth. Hold on. I'm just trying to read through some of these comments because I pretty much said everything I had to say about the Mikey situation. I said what I said, but I do enjoy your content when I catch you live once in a while. Okay, okay. Uh, I do know that immediately after the fight, he didn't make any excuses. I don't know any after. Well, I know a little bit of aftermath, but that's from watching other people, so that's secondhand information. But I do know that immediately after, he didn't make any excuses. He didn't make any kind of racist comments. He accepted that Wilder lost, and yeah, I mean, It is what it is. Hold on. Electro just said he's met plenty of people. He's met a lot of people on the internet and YouTube. You just need to have a, verification and psych exam first. No, not even. I'm not that. That's that. What's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Um, shit. What is his name? Sideshow Bob. Not Sideshow Bob, but the one that lost to Bellew twice. He told what's his name? Why am I like forgetting names all of a sudden? Shannon Briggs. He told Shannon Briggs he had to have a CAT scan before he fought him. Shannon Briggs, crazy ass, actually went and got a CAT scan, and the fight still didn't happen. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. No, it has to do with our interactions. You know, BFTB is telling me that he enjoys my content. Cool. If he says, "Hey, hit me up," we can go and do something. I'm gonna decline. But there's plenty of people in the community that I feel comfortable enough to, meet up with. If should the Quags is one of them, but yeah, should the opportunity present itself, yeah, absolutely. David Haye, exactly. That's who it is. Why I couldn't remember David Haye's name, I don't know why, but that's who I was talking about. I'm not gonna pull the David Haye. I think Crawford stops Porter in 6 to 8. I think it's going to be a sadistic dissection where Crawford by round just takes away every tool from Porter by round. Oh, it could be. I'm hoping that's what happens because Crawford is my guy. Yeah, Shannon Briggs is crazy. Oh man, some funny stuff, man. No. uh, uh, Wilder's loss did not affect me one bit. It, I'm all about the best fighting the best, and Fury and Wilder are the best, and it's one of the greatest fights I've ever seen. Okay, I mean, you have a right to your opinion. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed this boxing talk today. I really have. Um, is there anything else that y'all want to talk about? Because like I said, my pretty much what I have to say about Mikey. I'm done, with his situation. If he has lost the passion, then he needs to chase his actual passion because you can't play this shit. But if y'all got anything else that y'all want to talk about, because in regards to boxing, because if not, I'm gonna do a short little segment where we talk a little bit about movies. More than likely, more like the horror. It's funny because I didn't mean to say it like that the first time. But yeah, the horror movies. Like I said, I don't want it to be like a long segment. Just a little bit of talk about horror movies a little bit, even if it's not necessarily horror. If it kind of goes with the uh theme of Halloween, that's cool too. You know, Tiafimo versus Haney is going to be the first to beat Tio. Is that fight made? I'm seeing people talk about that fight like it's already made. Because we all know that the Kambosos fight, the one that nobody was really asking for, that shit fell through. terribly, because it went from being in Miami to them trying to put it in. He caught COVID supposedly, Tiafimo that is. Then they were gonna try to do it in Australia. Tiafimo didn't want to do it, even though he said it would be a huge fight in Australia. Then it was gonna be in New York, and it was gonna be a $20 pay-per-view. I was cool with that. It was gonna be in the theater at the Hulu. I think it's called the Hulu Theater, which is in Madison Square Garden, but it's not the main arena. So I went to that, and then it got canceled. So it's been like a big roller coaster with this fight that none of us even want to see in the first place. But is that fight actually made? That's what I want to know. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anybody's answering that. Jedi, I don't even think that's him. I honestly think that that's just a troll. Because BFTV has never been in my chat ever. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'll be looking closely, keeping an eye out for that. So it is made. Okay. Because I noticed people were talking about it like if it was official. So there's no date, which is cool, but if they're saying it's made, then yeah, let's get it. That's undisputed. So we'll see. Okay, so it was trash. Yeah, I had a feeling that it was. I had planned on watching it because I did like the first two. A lot. Most I'm not like a big like rewatch movie. Like I don't rewatch movies all the time. There's very few movies that I'll rewatch. And when it comes to horror, there's an even smaller pool of movies that I'll rewatch. House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. More so The Devil's Rejects than House of a Thousand Corpses, but I still rewatch them. Are like some of the very few horror movies that I rewatch. Thanks for letting me know, but I had a feeling that it was not that good. We'll get to that a little bit more in a little bit. I just want to finish up this boxing talk. It's one of your favorite genres. That's what's up. Like I said, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of, like when I was in my 20s, early to mid 20s, maybe even a little bit more into my late 20s. I was really into horror movies. Um, Probably a little bit of a turnoff when it all became about the jump scares, which I know jump scares have been like a thing for a very long time, but it got like really excessive at one point. JD Boxing brought that up, so that's probably kind of what turned me off. But yeah, I had a feeling that that third movie was gonna not be so good, and the sequel to The Devil's Rejects. But we'll get a little bit into that in a little bit. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the information. No, I haven't seen the new Scream trailer. But yeah, Mark, thank you so much for the information on this. I really appreciate it. You stopped watching horror with Saw. Yeah, Saw was a bit too much for a lot of people. When it first came out, I really liked them, and then Probably after the second or third one, I was pretty much done. I probably have seen a couple Saws since then, but not maybe one or two. Too many of them. Worst one you ever seen was Big Bad Wolf. Is that the one with Amanda Seyfried? Or that might have just been called Red. I don't remember. Salem's Lot. Yeah, that's considered a classic. I've never watched it, but I know of it. I've actually watched a couple reviews on it. I need to just sit down and watch Salem's Lot one day. Oh, Roman Gonzalez, he's your favorite right now. Yeah, he is a warrior. There's some people in the community that for whatever reason they just want to shit on him. Um I can't believe the hate that Roman Gonzalez gets. I understand if you don't watch like those weight classes, but I guess when people were trying to say that he was #1 pound for pound, they're still salty about that. And they need to learn to get over that shit. Like, not everybody's gonna have a pound for pound list that you have. Wilder's definitely not bigger than Canelo. He's big and physically, yes, but as far as notoriety, no. Salem's Lot was fire. Yeah, I need to watch it. Now, Irvin, real quick. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move into the movie talk now. But Irvin, real quick, are you talking about that Saw movie? It's not, I guess it's not like officially a Saw movie, but it's like kind of a Saw movie. It had Chris Rock. Is that the one you're talking about? Or the last legit Saw movie? Rascalot says that the one with Chris Rock was pretty good. That's the one that I was asking for clarification on, if he was talking about that one or the, because I forget what it's called, but I guess it's like not like an official. I don't know. It's weird to me. Sometimes Hollywood does some weird shit. They don't call it Hollyweird for no reason, that's for sure. What up, Hawker Mustang? You just missed all the boxing talk. Okay, the Chris. So you didn't care for the Chris Rock one. Rascalot said it was okay. Spiral. Yeah, that's what it's called. Spiral. So yeah, because it's like I heard everybody saying there was a new Saw, and then I saw like a review where they said it's not like an official Saw. But yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Spiral. Uh, and Chris Rock's in it. I know that much. No, it's all good. You can catch the playback if you want to. Um, Now we're just talking a little bit about movies. Man, horror movies are always funny to me. For some reason, Saw was hella funny. Yeah, they are funny. Like I play at the very beginning of of this um this live. I played a clip from The Devil's Rejects, and to me that clip is hilarious. Hilarious. And I'm more than likely gonna end this stream with a Devil's Rejects sound clip that I think is pretty funny. Chris Tucker and Dale versus Evil, one of the funniest comedy movies or comedy horrors. Okay, I have to check that out. I didn't know that was a thing. Demons was great. Rob Lowe was in Salem's Lot. I didn't know that. JD's in the mood now. We got talking about movies, and JD's like, I'm gonna go watch me Fearless. I never seen Fearless. I need to go and watch it. Last night we actually watched V for Vendetta, and that was the first time I saw it. It's funny because my girlfriend hadn't seen it before, but she didn't like remember a whole lot, and I'm the one like telling her things about the movie as we're watching it because I'm familiar with the Guy Fawkes. I'm familiar with Guy Fawkes. I'm familiar with the Guy Fawkes story. Um, I think for an American, I have a good grasp on it. I'm sure somebody who lives in the UK could easily outwit me on any kind of Guy Fawkes trivia, but for an American, I think I do all right. Yeah, peace, JD. 13 Ghosts. That was funny. Are there problems with my connection right now? Yeah, yeah. I saw your review on Halloween Kills. That's so real quick. I'm just curious. Halloween Kills. Everybody's saying it's free on Peacock. Like it's free on Peacock. Like I don't have to, because Peacock does have a premium. They have like a free version and a premium version. Like everything on Peacock is not available for on the free version. So do you have to at least have the paid subscription for Peacock, or is it free for everyone? Please, somebody let me know, because if it's free for everybody, I might as well go ahead and take advantage and watch it and see how trash it really is. Agent Smith behind the mask. I'm looking forward to the new Matrix, by the way. I'm gonna be honest, when I first heard they were doing a new Matrix, I didn't know how to feel about it, and then I saw the trailer and I'm like, all right, y'all got my attention. Plus it's gonna be on HBO Max, which I do have, so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and watch that. I'm also gonna watch Dune when that's available. Um, which will be available in the not so distant future, less than a week if I'm not mistaken. Jet Li Fearless is fire. Hold on. Yeah, I agree. I mean, to an extent, because when I was a kid, Pierce Brosnan was James Bond, right? I I didn't watch GoldenEye, but I did watch I think it's called The World Is Not Enough, which was the one after. And I think I might have watched one more James Bond, and I haven't watched a James Bond movie since. Like this uh Craig, I forget his last name. The guy who's James Bond right now, I haven't seen a single James Bond movie of his. I've seen some of the older ones, so that's why I say I agree to a certain extent. GoldenEye is Pierce's best one, in my opinion. Yeah, I need to go and watch it. I've never seen it, but I need to. Yeah, so real quick, I'm glad you brought that up, Quags. HBO Max, in my opinion, has really good content. Okay. However, the app itself needs a lot of work. It can be very frustrating. Um, if you are able to just put on a movie and watch it, it's not an issue. But if you ever have to like rewind or fast forward or do anything, it will you might as well just close the app and restart it. That's not the only issue it has, but the app, I was surprised at how many issues the HBO Max app really has. And I really think HBO really needs to fix that because there's also issues. My mom's husband told me that there's a lot of times he goes to watch something, he gets kicked out. Um, and I completely believe it because I've had a lot of issues with the app. The content itself is good. I like the content. I like that Warner any movie that Warner Brothers came out with this year, and then through the end of the year will be available day one. Once that is gone, though, there's a good chance I might cancel HBO Max, because that's really what's made it worth it to me. And I got to see Suicide Squad day one. If I want to rewatch it, I can watch it as many times as I want. As long as it was on the platform. Which when a new movie comes out, they keep it on there for at least 30 days. So, Matrix Reloaded, I'll be able to watch that day one. I don't have to step foot in the movie theater to watch that. I don't have to pay an extra premium like I would on Disney Plus, which I think Disney is doing away with because of Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit against them. Because if you notice, Shang-Chi and wasn't on HBO or on Disney Plus, and the Eternals is also not going to be on there. So I think the party's over on that. Give me a moment. Yeah, whenever James Bond comes up, Sean Connery is gonna get brought up because he was the first, and he's a legend. Rest in peace, Sean Connery. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, he passed away on Halloween, so the anniversary of his death is coming up. This moment. Don't you love these movies that are like unintentionally funny? That's why The Room is as popular as it is. As garbage of a movie as The Room is, it is hilarious, and that's why people like it. People, even though it's a terrible movie, you could still have a good time watching it. Oh, Agent Smith is V for Vendetta. I see what you're saying. I didn't know that. We were trying to figure out who was behind the mask, and I looked up the cast, and I don't know him by name. So, and the picture they had of him, he had like I'm assuming is like a current like a more current picture of him because I didn't recognize him. So now that you say that, okay, I didn't know Agent Smith was V for Vendetta. Didn't know that. I gotta tell my girlfriend that because she's like, we didn't get to see who he was. So I'll have to let her know. I probably won't be able to tell her Agent Smith because she's not like really familiar with Matrix. But if I tell her I know he was also in Lord of the Rings, then she'll know who it is. Yeah, Scarface has some funny stuff in it. Um, what up, Haplo? I'm done with the boxing talk. Just so you know, the boxing talk on this live. I'm not done with boxing talk. Just I said everything I had to say already. So now we're just talking a little bit about movies, and then I'm gonna have to end it soon because my phone it's gonna be it's already getting low, so I don't have that much longer. But I did see the new Venom on Saturday. All right, so if you're planning on watching the new Venom, I'm giving you the spoiler alert right now because I am gonna get into some things. First, I'm gonna talk non-spoiler talk, and then when I get into spoiler talk, I'm gonna give you a warning. But I did see the new Venom, and the new Venom was all right. I don't think it was a bad movie. I'm not one of these people who goes to the movies to see the next Forrest Gump. All right. I don't, what I mean by that is like the next movie that's gonna be like that blows my mind. Like I go to the movies to be entertained. So if I'm entertained, in the movie I didn't feel, the dragging of the plot isn't bad. I feel like the length of the movie, like how long the movie is appropriate for what the movie is, if that makes sense. That's what I base what a good movie is and what a bad movie is off of. Max Payne, terrible movie, one of the worst movies I ever seen. Venom, I think, was okay. It was I was entertained. All right. So that's pretty much it for the non-spoiler. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into spoilers now. Yeah, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoil Hold on, let me spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm trying to flash it. I don't know how it's looking. But yeah, so spoiler talk right now. So as Jedi said, Carnage did not have enough screen time. And I really agree. I would have liked to see Carnage actually causing carnage in, like, we got to see him causing carnage in a couple scenes, but I wanted to see it like in the city, like where it was happening to civilians and stuff. As messed up as that sounds, but it's a movie and this is supposed to be carnage. I really think that this movie was held back by the fact that they were keeping it PG-13. Um, I really think that this movie really would have benefited from an R rating. But I do understand why they did it that way, and I'm gonna get into that in a moment. But let me finish what I have to say on some of these spoilers. So, I thought I enjoyed it. Um I know there's some issues with it not straying from the source material a little bit, as far as like how Cletus becomes Carnage. But I'm okay with that. Like, when there's a story being retold, I'm all right with some changes being made, just as long as the overall arc is the same. But, surprise me with some shit. So I'm cool with that. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. Me and my girlfriend, we had fun. I didn't feel like we were ripped off. When the movie was over, I'm like, man, I really wish I just had my money. I didn't feel that way. I thought it was, for what it was. It was a fun movie. I had fun, and that's what I care about. All right. If I go to a movie and I get something more than just fun, to me that's a plus. But I don't go to the movies just to experience the next uh Casablanca. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I go to the movies for. I go to be entertained. If I can get something more out of it, that's a plus. It's a pleasant surprise, and I'll definitely take it. But that's not what I'm expecting every time I step foot in a movie theater. Also, this is the first time I went to the movies since the lockdown. All the rest of the movies I've seen have been through streaming services. So it was nice to go to the movies. I had planned to just get a drink, and when I was at the concession stand, I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me get a medium popcorn because I really wasn't hungry, but I was just like, I wanted that movie experience, and so it was good. I had fun. Um, Rascal didn't like didn't like it. Um, oh yeah, what up, Boxing God 7? Peace to you too. Yeah, 89 Batman is back for those of y'all who don't know. Yeah, I want to talk about a couple other things. I need to do it quickly as far as movies, but yeah, um, look up that new Flash trailer. Michael Keaton is back as Batman. The premise of that movie is very intriguing. We will see how the execution is. And the other one, I have a feeling I might be late to the party on this one. I don't know. I don't know when this trailer actually was released, but Black Adam. And here's the thing: I wasn't looking for Black Adam because I had somebody once told me that that was like canceled, and I believed it because a lot of movies were getting canceled. But it's not. Black Adam is a thing. And not only is Black Adam a thing, but the rumors that The Rock was going to be Black Adam are true. Um, and Pierce Brosnan is in the movie as well. I forget what the name of his character is, but Pierce Brosnan's in it. Um, Obviously, The Rock is Black Adam. He looked very menacing. Like, you got to check out that trailer. If you're interested in these types of movies, check out that Black Adam trailer, because I was like, whoa, this is pretty crazy. Like, the trailer is not even that long, but the shit that you see is like, wow. Like, I think they did a good job really displaying how powerful this dude is. So definitely got to check it out. I wish Captain Spaulding was a boxing announcer. He would call it like he sees it. Yeah, eat a pizza. I gotta agree with you on that. But yeah, Dr. Fate. That's who Pierce Brosnan is, Dr. Fate. I couldn't remember his name. Oh, what up, James Jameson? I think I said hello to you, but just I'm not sure. So I want to make sure that I greet you, just in case I didn't. All right, so my phone is dying. Been live for like what, an hour and a half, something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it, but I'm gonna end it with a funny clip from the Devil's Rejects. Give me just a second. I gotta pull it up. Um, to me, this was one of the funniest things when I saw this. Okay, guys. Yeah, so I'm gonna end the live as soon as the clip's over. That's when I'm gonna end the live. So peace, everybody. Please enjoy this audio clip because I think it's hilarious. Hold on, gotta get past the ad. I should when I was talking, I should have got this ready, but yeah, this is if you want to hear something funny, listen to this.
Nice to you, Mikey. Enjoying your meal? I gotta eat. My blood sugar gets off, I'm not gonna be any good to anybody.
No good to nobody anyhow.
Listen here, that movie expert guy's here. You want to talk to him? Want me to bring him in? All right, I'm getting right up. Mr. All right.
My bell, it's a pleasure. I rushed right over as soon as I got your call. You came to the right man. I happen to be a self-proclaimed Marx Brothers expert, if I say so myself.
Well, I'm sure your knowledge of bullshit is limitless. Why don't we get to the point? What do you got for me?
Well, I got a fucking grocery list for you of all the major Marx Brothers characters and related characters, and I made a secondary list of any and all films having to do with Groucho, including such gems as A Girl in Every Port and Skidoo, where Groucho played the part of God. Directed by Otto Preminger, who happened to be Jewish, although he played a Nazi commandant in Stalag 17, directed by Billy Wilder. Otto Preminger also directed Exodus, and it's rumored that at the premiere, Mort Saul stood up, yelled at the screen, "Otto, let my people go!" Ironic, don't you think? Nazi, State of Israel.
They're all here. All the aliases. Rufus Firefly with his driftwood. Captain Spaulding, all of them. Hey, Chief. You know, I'm thinking we ought to track down this Groucho Marx guy. Ask him a few questions. Maybe he's involved.
Idiot. He died last year. He died.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it. See, that right there is one sad, pathetic state of cinematic affairs. If you weren't a cop, I'd wring your neck.
Hey, let's take that down a notch.
Oh, excuse me! Excuse me! This sneering, rotating, gyrating pelvis son of a bitch! He died 3 days before Groucho stole all the goddamn headlines. That goddamn fucking Elvis Presley.
What did you say about the king?
I said he died 3 days before Groucho!
Son, you ever say another derogatory word about Elvis Aaron Presley in my presence again, I will kick the living shit out of you! Get this Hollywood-loving pussy out of my face.
Elvis was in Hollywood!
Get the hell out of here!
His first film, Love
Get out!
was based on Irish folk.